Fasting is easy. How to start fasting? Fasting is an effective way to bring down your blood sugar and reverse your type 2 diabetes. How I reversed my diabetes. You can also reverse prediabetes much easily. I have been able to get off insulin and reduce some if not all of my drugs and medications and save money too. What happens when you fast is not eating or drinking anything that contains calories for a certain period of time. To understand how fasting can help with prediabetes and diabetes, continue to listen. You don't have to make a drastic change all in one day. But it includes trying various foods and a lot of testing. Mainly testing blood sugar rises. I have done all the hard work of cheap and effective plant-based diets. So, you don't have to. You can take dinner 1 hour early, which easily makes about 9 hours of fasting. Next time, delay the breakfast 1 hour in addition to early dinner. Keep doing that until you reach 16 hours of fasting and 8-hour eating window. But don't eat all the junk food and carbohydrates in the eating window. All types of sugars are also carbohydrates. Diabetes is a disease that gets worse with time unless you take action. Your blood sugar levels get higher and higher, and you may need to increase your medication, including insulin, unless you change your lifestyle and eating habits. Your prediabetes will progress to full-blown diabetes. If you are using drugs to treat your type 2 diabetes, you'll need more and more drugs each year as your blood sugar goes up and up and up. The drugs will become more and more expensive for you. That is not so good for you. When you eat, your food is ultimately broken down into various components. If you eat sugars and carbohydrates, they will be broken down into glucose or sugar in the blood. So, your blood sugar goes up, your insulin levels also have to go up. More insulin has to be produced by the pancreas to tackle the high level of sugar in the blood. Insulin forces your body to store the sugar. That is to be used when there is no food. That is how we evolved millions of years ago. That time we have to live without food for days and weeks. But as we eat every day 3 meals or more, that stored sugar or fat will remain stored, adding to your weight and waist size. Sugar in your blood is first of all stored as glycogen in your liver. Then it will store in your muscles. This is turned into fat and stored in your fat cells. Your fatty acids that you're not using immediately are also stored in your fat cells. When you don't eat, everything starts working in reverse. Your insulin levels come down. The glycogen that was stored away for future use starts being broken down. When both insulin and glycogen go down and finish, then and only then your body tap into the fats that you have stored in your fat cells. How many years you have been storing excess food will be almost equal to your age. You eat foods that cause your body to constantly produce insulin. This leads to high insulin levels and storage mode, where your body stores fat instead of burning it. Fat gets stored in unhealthy places like your liver, pancreas, kidneys, muscles, and around your organs. This is harmful because these organs don't function properly when they have fat in them. The fat also releases toxins that worsen your diabetes. The solution: intermittent fasting helps you use up the stored fat and lower your insulin levels. When you don't eat for certain periods, your insulin levels go down. This makes your cells less resistant to insulin and improves your diabetes. Benefits of intermittent fasting: it is free. You don't need special foods or supplements, just skip meals. But eat low carbohydrate, low sugar meals. It is flexible. Choose when to fast and adjust your schedule as needed. Works with any diet, vegan, low carb, or your usual healthy eating. Improves gut health, energy, concentration, mood, and liver health. Reduces fat, lowers blood sugar, and increases insulin sensitivity. Types of intermittent fasting: 16-8, fast for 16 hours and eat within an 8-hour window. OMAD, eat only 1 meal per day. 5-2, eat normally for 5 days and reduce calories for 2 days. Alternate day, eat 1 day, fast the next. Prolonged, fast for 48 hours or more. Getting started with intermittent fasting. Start slowly, Gradually increase fasting duration to avoid side effects. Eat healthy during your eating window. Focus on natural foods that don't spike blood sugar. Start with a 12-hour eating window, then progressively reduce it to 8 hours. Remember, if you have diabetes, consult your doctor before starting intermittent fasting. Eat whole natural foods, especially things like legumes, beans and peas. My meals are mainly cowpea, lentils and soybeans in addition to green leafy non-starchy vegetable. They will keep you fuller for longer and won't spike your blood sugar. Avoid foods like breakfast cereals and instant oatmeal, sugar in any form including honey and soft drinks. Also avoid foods made with wheat flour, wheat breads, pastas, cakes, pizzas, biscuits, pies and others. Fruits like bananas, mangoes, pineapples and grapes are high in sugar. You can drink plain water, green tea, black coffee and drinks like Marmite or Vegemite. There is no harm adding half a lemon and bit of salt to your water or Vegemite. Adding a bit of milk or cream to your tea will not be a problem. Avoid commercially prepared drinks as they are expensive. They are full of all sorts of additives. If you want to know how long it takes to reverse diabetes and prediabetes, this depends on a couple of things. Number 1. How long have you had it? Number 2. How high is your blood sugar? Number 3. How old are you? People who have prediabetes may reverse in 6 months. People who had diabetes for 1 to 2 years may take up to a year. People who had it for more than 10 years rarely reverse fully, but they can get better control of diabetes and reduce the cost of drugs and insulin. You can speed up the rate at which you reverse type 2 diabetes by adding exercise into your lifestyle. Once you reach remission, do not plan to go back to the old way of eating carbohydrates and sweets. You may have a limited amount of beta cells in your pancreas and it can only produce a limited amount of insulin. You need to have a blood sugar meter so you can monitor your blood sugar levels regularly. You need to talk to your doctor or healthcare provider and explain to them that you are going to do intermittent fasting and/or switching to low carbohydrate diets. If the doctor or healthcare provider does not agree, you need to find a doctor who is knowledgeable about these things and willing to help you. Some doctors are more interested in supporting drug companies. Some drugs may push your blood sugar too low. That may get into hypoglycemia and into a coma. Coma can be so severe that you don't wake up. See my other video on hypoglycemia causing drugs. You need the help of your doctor to remove or reduce those drugs and replace them with alternatives like metformin and SGLT2 drugs. Hypoglycemia causing drugs include mainly insulin and sulfonylureas. Hypoglycemia signs include shaking, sweating, dizziness, confusion, and palpitations of the heart. You need to be aware of these symptoms and you need to tell your family and people around you about the signs. That way they can take action, like helping to find something to eat or drink quickie. Let them also know not to force eat or drink if you are in a coma or unconscious. If you are having any of these symptoms, eat something or drink something that has sugar in it. Do not overdo it as it can become a yo-yo. Even if you are not fasting, it is better to have some things like a low sugar biscuits or similar in your car or pocket in case you develop low blood sugar. Drink a lot of water or other liquids we discussed before to avoid dehydration. I hope you can reverse your diabetes with intermittent fasting. Wish you all the best health. See the description and comments for reference. We would appreciate your comments in any language. Think, your health is very important for your family as well. Do not forget to click the like button. Thanks very much for watching this video. Up above you see 2 videos related to health. It will be more helpful to you and your family. See you in the next video.